Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome to the Lazy Book Club pick for June and July. So we will be reading We Who Will Die by Stacia Stark. This is an interesting pick. This is one that I've been really excited to read for a while, but the closer I got to actually reading it, the less excited I got because the reviews for this one are very mixed. Like, I have heard great things about this, I have heard not so great things about this one. So this is an adult romantasy that is Roman inspired with gladiators and magic. So it seems like things that I could really like. You guys know my track record recently with romantasy is not like the best. Like, it's really not the best, but we're gonna give this one a shot. If you are new to the Lazy Book Club, welcome. We do a full spoiler review of this book. So basically when this first clip ends, it is full spoilers. I don't put a spoiler warning down because that is kind of the point of this video. It is spoilers. So you're allowed to put any spoilers you want down below in the comment section so we can talk about them, what you liked, what you didn't like, all the usual things. But I'm excited to get into this one, so we're just gonna get right into it. So from this point forward, it is full spoilers. I'm on chapter 9 of We Who Will Die, and I haven't done one of these book vlogs in so long I forgot I can actually talk about spoilers. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I forgot about that last time too, because last time I also got to talk about spoilers and I was really excited. So anyway, I don't have like a ton of spoilers though to talk about because I feel like not a lot has happened in this story yet. I think I'm like 95, 98 pages in, I think. I'm like right at the end of chapter 8, so probably like 98 pages. I feel like it's really obvious that the Primus, who's under a helmet, is her childhood friend. I feel like that's not really a surprise. I feel like that's pretty obvious. And then obviously Rorik is potentially going to be a romantic interest as well, I'm thinking. I feel like a lot of times in these romantasy books there are multiple love interests, so I wouldn't be surprised. At first I thought it was going to be Bran, but I think Bran's legitimately just like an older guy who's like manipulating her into doing things. So I don't think he's actually important or anything like that, but like the romantic storyline. But I think it's gonna be the Primus and Rorik, and I'm like, whatever. Like, whatever with it. I am glad the romance hasn't really started yet. Like, I'm glad there's already no sex scenes. There's no pining after. I love that our Primus is wearing a helmet so she can't talk about how hot he is. But again, I'm sure it's her childhood friend because he is actively trying to get her to leave the tournament. It took me a second to figure out a little, the world building is not great. The world building is a little bit, not confusing, just not very in-depth. So it took me a second to like figure out exactly what was going on with these tournaments, and I'm still not like the most sure, but my understanding so far is that everybody has to compete in the sands. Everybody. I think it has to do with sigils. I was like going back and forth trying to figure that out exactly, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to need to look into that again before my next update. But everybody has to compete in the sands. Our main character was the winner of her year of the sands, but all of her winnings got stolen by her uncle, so she is scraping by with taking bodyguard jobs to take care of her brothers. She has twin brothers, and one of them has some sort of illness that he got from an explosion. Again, that illness isn't super explained. It's not explained if this is a it does seem like it's a chemical type of injury to his lungs, not that it's like an actual illness, plague type of situation. But it does seem interesting that we have these like lung potion things that are working, but there isn't some sort of plague. So it makes it seem like there's some sort of plague, but it actually is from, it seems like, an accident. Parents are not in the picture. It does seem like she mentioned that her mom was addicted to bliss, I think. So it sounds like potentially mom was a drug addict. We don't know exactly what happened to the mom. And our main character has a different dad than the twins. So that is also a big thing. But the twins' dad was like a nobleman, and we don't know who our main character Arvel's dad was. But everybody is gold sigiled. That took me a second as well. So everybody has a gold sigil, which means they have like the highest level of capability of power. However, that doesn't necessarily mean you will grow into it. So our main character got a sigil and it didn't expand, it didn't grow, it just kind of petered out. And her brothers have not reached the age where the sigils are like unlocked. I think that has to do with the sands. Like, I think that's what the sands is. Her brothers' sigils, they're not old enough to have been unlocked yet, so we don't know if their powers will actually work or not. But it's highly unusual to have all 3 kids be golds, because once a mom has a gold kid or gold sigil kid,
the odds of having another gold sigil, like, lower as you have more children, is how the book kind of explained it. Doesn't explain why. Doesn't really explain why. Doesn't explain, like, the bloodlines of these sigils. Doesn't explain, like, the magic system behind the sigils, when they appeared, if they've always been that way, like, what they are exactly. Didn't explain any of that. That is the basic information that we've gotten. So that's why I'm like, I wish there was more information, background of this world. It talked about how it's Roman inspired, and I get that from, like, the gladiator stuff, but as of right now, you could set it in any fantasy world and I'd be like, yeah, okay. Like, I feel like it's not obviously Roman inspired to my brain. That doesn't mean that it actually is. It could totally be, and I'm just, like, skipping over it, but it doesn't like slap me in the face that it's Roman inspired. Like, this monster of mine slapped you in the face with its Roman inspired fantasy story. Like, you felt like you were there. This one, you really could place me in any fantasy story and just, like, say, yes, we have gladiator things, and our rulers are this, like, the rulers incoming at the part where I'm at, that does start feeling a little more Roman-esque. But so far, not super heavy-handed with the Roman inspiration, which I kind of wish it was a little more heavy-handed, because that's the part I was kind of excited about, because I think it's an interesting feel. Fallen City also Roman inspired. Holy shit. Yeah, you feel like you're there because you are there. Really, that was crazy. So that's kind of more what I wanted from the feel of this book, and we're not getting that so far. I like our main character. I like her. I think she is interesting. I like how the book explained that she's going to be shit at things because she hasn't fought or done anything in 6 years. However, she was an amazing warrior, so it's still there. So I like that that's how we're getting the training montages, is that she is trying to relearn how to be this badass. So it's not just like this random character that doesn't know how to fight and is coming in and ends up winning this thing. No, like, she is, like, washed up at, like, 20. And I kind of appreciate that. That is different. I am enjoying that as well. Only other thing really is that we know her best friend died, and the best friend's dad, was it the dad, is going to be training her for the Sundering. Oh yeah, Sands versus Sundering. That took me a little bit because I was like, what is the difference? But I got it. Sands is the one that you're mandatory. I think that's what unlocks the vigils. Again, I'm gonna have to look that up again. And then the Sundering is optional, and the Sundering, if you win, is like you get to go into the really super secret, ultra crazy guard to the Emperor. I think that's what it is. And that's why her goal is to kill the bro when she wins. So that's where we're at. We are in the Sundering. Haven't really done anything with the Sundering yet. Like the introducing ball, I think. We're at like a thing where all of the counselors and stuff have showed up, and we're all together right now. That's like exactly where I'm at. And we're talking about sponsors and kind of just huddled all together trying to figure out what's going on. So that's where I'm at in this. I'm okay with it so far. I'm entertained. It's not like my favorite thing. I just feel like not a lot has happened, but nothing is like bad. So I'm hoping some more action happens. We get a little bit more actually of the world. I just want the gladiator stuff to start. Like, we're 100 pages in and like really nothing has happened so far. So we've had some pretty decent build up to this point, but like, I want some action now. I want some things to happen. If I'm not going to get any better world building, I want the action to start. That's where I'm at. So either give me really good world building, really good character development, or give me some action. And I feel like I'm not getting any of that. So hopefully the action starts soon, and I think I'll enjoy it more once we hit that part. I'm about 50% in, or I'm on chapter 20. I'm like in the middle of chapter 20. And we got a lot of action. A lot of stuff has happened finally. I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. I'm not loving it. I think mostly because I just don't feel anything really towards the romances. So anytime that we have like a romantic interlude, I don't really care. But I love the actual plot. Like, I'm actually having a lot of fun with the actual plot. So I hope we continue mostly with plot and less romance stuff. I just love when a book focuses more on the plot and the characters and less on romance in the first book in a series. And so far that is doing that. We have had some like romantic things that are happening, but they don't really care. And I was right, obviously, about the friend being the Primus, but again, that was not a surprise. So we went through all of the trials, which were fine. I think they could have been a little bit more fun, but yeah, we did trials, whatever, those are over with. And then what just happened is she just supposedly assassinated the emperor, but we just learned that it's not the emperor. I stopped right there, so I don't know who it is. I assume it's the friend. I assume it's the Primus for some reason. That would be fun. They're brothers, aren't they? Rorik and T are brothers, because it's hinted at that there's a younger brother who's at the front. They're brothers. They're brothers. And so I think Rorik convinced her to kill the emperor, but he actually brought her to T's room. I don't know if he's actually dead. That would be crazy if he was dead. I would kind of love that if he was actually dead. That would be a crazy twist, but I don't ever see that happening in these Romantasy books. They don't ever like take it to that level, but I wish that they would, because I think that would be really fun. But I think she stabbed him potentially, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I wanted to stop there just to say really fast to see what my like guesses are at about 50%, and I'll probably update again in about 100 pages, but I'm just kind of enjoying listening to this and doing some like arts and craftsy things, and so I kind of expect just to read this whole thing in one day, to be honest. So we're gonna continue reading this. I am enjoying it. I hope the romance stays pretty low spice. I started recording and immediately there's a airplane. Just immediately. And they always take forever to fly over, so you're just gonna have to listen to the ambiance of an airplane. It is later in the day. I'm definitely gonna finish it today. 100% gonna finish it today. It's gonna be a one-day book. I did start it last night, but it's basically gonna be a one-day book. I am really enjoying it. I am really enjoying it. And to be honest, I think my favorite part of this book is her friendship with Cass. Like, actually, when she read the letter from Cassia, sobbed. You can tell a little bit, still a little red. Very sad, very heartbreaking. Fantastic though. Like, I feel like the best relationship is between her and her deceased best friend. So I really appreciate that being in this book. It's a very emotionally impactful thing. I do also like the weird glowing green eyes. I'm really curious about that. So what's going on with that? Why are the bodies possessed by some green thing, and why was she able to not have them possessed anymore? Don't know about that. And then the fact that her sigil didn't grow because her power is stealing other people's power when she kills them, and when she kills somebody, that's when her sigil grows and she gains that power. That's crazy. Honestly, that's one of my favorite things I've read in a book in a while, in a fantasy book. That is such a good twist. I have not seen that twist yet. It's a very good twist. So yeah, am enjoying it. I'm on chapter 28, forgot to say that, on chapter 28. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I have like an hour and a half probably left, so hopefully that will continue going well.
I did actually finish this a couple of days ago, but I wanted to kind of sit with it for a little bit, and I actually was kind of thinking about rereading it, but I don't have time. I don't have time for that. So this is actually a candidate for a reread because I did listen to the audiobook, and I think that was the wrong way to go about this. So it's getting a 3.75. Like, it's still getting 3.75. I really liked it. I enjoyed a lot of aspects of it, but I do think that my lack of like for the romantic situation that's going on, I didn't dislike it, which was good, but I was very middle of the road for the brothers. Like, and I think honestly, it primarily was because of the narration. I actually think the audiobook is not very good for this because they're using a single female narrator and a single male narrator, and they don't really use that much inflection when they change characters. So you had the male main character doing Tiernan and Rorik, and they sounded exactly the same. They sounded so similar. It didn't work. It didn't work for that because they're two very different personality types, but with the same voice. So I think that actually definitely hurt my reading of this. I don't think it'll get a 5. Like, I still had some issues with this book. I don't think it'll get a 5, but I think it could get a solid 4-star upon a reread. And I'm very excited for book 2. So this is a very interesting way to end this book because, to be honest, I feel like nothing happened. I feel like it's a really weird way to say that, but we pretty much started the beginning of the book in the same space that we ended it in regards to like the emperor. So like the whole point of this book was like us trying to kill the emperor, and we failed. Like he was not killed. So obviously we have some differing things, like the brother is now healed, which is really cool. One of the twins is showing powers. I'm assuming the other twin is gonna have the same power as her because his sigil is not growing, so I'm pretty sure Elvin, I could not remember the brothers' names, because Gareth I know is one. One of the brothers, the brother that was sick, his sigil is not growing, so I personally think that he has the same magic eating ability as Arvel, and so I think that'll be really interesting. But I thought it was fun that we ended this with obviously Bran getting killed. It was revealed to Arvel, and I thought this is what it was gonna be. Rorik actually saw Arvel first. We didn't really get like a ton of backstory about like what happened with that, so I'm hoping we get into more of that in the second book. And then we got into the little bit of the little love triangle feel vibe thing, because they need to train Arvel with these weird powers that she's now gotten from killing people. And so Tiernan and Rorik are going to work together, because obviously they still need to hide her from the Emperor, because bad business if the Emperor kind of figures out what's going on with her. So I like that tenseness that we've moved on to into the next book. I think my biggest issues with this book is the setting and the world building. There really wasn't any world building. I really wanted more about the sigils, like how did they happen? How did they come about? Who gets them besides like the birth lines? I just like want to understand them better. I want to understand like what the actual powers are too. Like I feel like we weren't told what the different powers are, like what you can do. So that wasn't explained very well. We just kind of know what Arvel's is, and that's pretty much it. So I really wanted to know background of the sigils and more about the individual powers, and if there's like schools of power, like who has what powers, how's that passed on. So that's a big thing that I really wanted to know. And then to be honest, I think I might have talked about it earlier. I don't remember what I talked about, but you could literally put this in any fantasy world. It did not feel super Roman inspired. Like this was not, I feel like the vibe on the inside of the book, like yeah, there was like gladiator fights in like a gladiator thing, but and there was like a gladiator race, but it was leaning on that heavily to make it feel Roman inspired. I wanted more of a Fallen City situation where it felt like we were in a Roman city, and that's like we were living there. I think I talked about this, so I'm not gonna go too much more into it, but I wanted to feel more of the Romanesque setting, and I didn't get that like at all. Like I was not picturing them wearing this type of outfits. I was not picturing the council looking like togas. I wasn't picturing any of that. I really wanted more of that vibe, and I hope there is more of that vibe in the second book, because I will be continuing. I'm actually very excited about it. I don't love this edition. I will say I liked it before I read it. The more I read, the more I did not like this cover, and I don't think it really fits the vibe of the book like at all. Like it's a very serious emotional book, and it's like very bloodthirsty, so I just don't think this fit it. So I gave it a 3.75. I'm really excited about it, so that's great. So hopefully I end up really liking the second book. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely let me know down below what you thought about this book if you guys finished it. If you ended up liking it, leave a sword emoji if you made it this far into the video. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one.